Shalom, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I so much appreciate it. How's everybody doing out there today? How you holding up from COVID? Right? It's that kind of year, right? We've all thought we lived to see that year, but definitely not. Okay, where am I at? I was ready, guys. Well, hold on. I can cut all this out. Don't worry. Shalom, everybody, and welcome to ReligionWinked TV. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Shalom, everybody, and welcome to ReligionWinked TV. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel and watching my videos. Please don't forget. Shalom, everybody, and welcome back to ReligionWinked TV. Shalom, everybody, and welcome to ReligionWinked TV. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel and watching my videos. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video down below. And also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when I go live, upload, and or premiere. Thank you so much. And don't forget, my spiritual ears stay. Hey, y'all, welcome back. Welcome back. Yay. Guys, we're going to talk about equal nationalism. What's wrong with it? Why should there be anything wrong with it? And who made the rules that only one race can be nationalized as supreme in America? If you want to create some news with me, if you want to talk about some real issues, then please subscribe down below, like, share, comment, and let a friend know what ReligionWinked TV is doing over here, and we can get these kind of discussions popping, okay? Now, with that being said, if you are biased to politics, so what I say is ruling, reigning, and religion. Ruling the government with power, reigning as queens and kings, and then the religion, worship. The religion is what these people try to keep control of. Bias to religion, politics, my personal opinion, then this may not be the video for you, okay? But if you actually like what I'm about to talk about, on the heels of Malcolm X, and I say you don't have to be a Muslim to agree with some of the things the Muslims say. You don't have to be a Christian to agree with some of the things Christians say. You don't have to be black to agree with some of the things we black people are saying on the heels of George Floyd and all these other deaths at the hands of the police, okay? It's just weird how people think, okay? So with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can let you know that three things people want to control. They want to reign in power as the American government. They want to rule the worship of the world, the religion of the world, as in the Vatican. And they want to rule the worship, the reigning of kings and queens, as in the Queen. So I've been listening to Malcolm X here lately, just to see what his take was on America back in the 60s and so on and so forth. And it's no different than today. Everybody's basically saying the same thing. We're just saying it differently. So I'm going to start a series, Malcolm X translating out. Malcolm X teaching transcending America years later, something to that effect. But basically, he said white people have their white God, their white Jesus, their white Mary. Hands down. There's no doubt in that, right? But where is the black God and the black Jesus and the black Mary? See, whatever there was for one race, and you can still see it around the world, only not with black Americans. Go to China, they have their God, they have their Buddha, they have their this. Go to India, they have their God, they have their Hindu, they have this. Go to Jamaica, they have their God, they have their weed, and they have this, right? Well, you know what I'm saying. But in America, we're forced to follow certain religions and traditions of white America that's not beneficial to black people. So we have to try to change that, guys, okay? I propose to you to just take a stance on resistance. Resistance brings resilience, and resilience brings righteousness, whether you want to believe that or not. I kind of sit over here and come up with my own formulas as to what helped me get through this ungodly world, being very strategic. And of course, it's the word of God. It's my faith, but it's me being smart. It's me being conscious. It's me being woke. It's me not wanting to be enslaved. It's me comparing what you say or anybody else say to the word of God. And then that determines the decision I make, okay? Going forward in my life. And it's been that way for years now. So we're going to talk about politics. We're going to talk about religion. We're going to talk about kings and queens reigning and worshiping, such as I said earlier, if the American government has a white president, the black people should have a black president. The America is called the United States. It's more than one, so it should be more than one president. It should be more than one God. It should be more than one religion. And America really doesn't claim any religion. When I was doing a report about 3 or 4 years ago, America does not even claim Christianity. That's why so many people can come up here and erect their mosque, their temples, their religious buildings and teachings in America, and nobody say anything, even to the point where America took God out of the public sector, so other religions and other faiths and other ethnicities of spirituality can come in and feel at home. I do apologize. The devil is a liar. Every time I freaking want to record something, here comes the devil. The phone ring, the distraction. You could be sitting around doing nothing all day long. The minute you go to record, for the love of God, right? But yeah, so that's how it goes down in what I would like to call the world of spirituality. White nationalism says everything has to be white. Your God, your Jesus, your Mary, your president, I say, because Malcolm X did not say this, but he said it in other speeches in so many words. But in this particular speech, he said, your God is white, your Jesus is white, your Mary is white. And I say, your president is white, your queen is white, and your pope is white. And Bob Marley taught me years ago, I was supposed to look out into the world and see somebody like me to be my God, to be my Jesus, to be my Miriam. Because that was her original name when she was black, before they turned her white unto Mary. Your leader should be black, meaning commander-in-chief, your high priest of the tribes. Your Levites, your high priest should be black, okay? Your kings and queens should be black as well. So when I look out and I see the world the way it is, it reeks demonic to me that there's no black nationalism. There's no equality when it comes to nationalism. And all black people really want to do is control their own economy. And as I said, they want to control their own economy, their own food production, their own plays, their own music industry, their own whatever it is that you guys keep taking from us, making you successful, but yet us more poor. All right. Malcolm X, again, just going back and reiterating what he said so long ago and not so long ago. And it's hard for black people to comprehend this stuff. But he basically was saying all black people want to do is govern their own. And I added to that on Facebook the other day, and I said, yeah, maybe if we were governing our own economy, what happened to George Floyd would have happened. Because we kind of take care of our own for the most part. We don't let our bums be out there without no money. Hell, we see some of your beggars on the side of the road with damn signs saying $1 to feed me, and we give them money as well. It's like we take care of people, black people do. We are the nurturers of the world, not other races, especially white races. And as we saw in the George Floyd incident, a lot of Muslims don't nurture the world either, because if we had our own economy and if we did not allow certain races to come into our communities, make stores, befriend us, lie to us, and be strangers among us, rising up above us, as the book of Deuteronomy 28:43, I believe, says, we would do better for ourselves. Our people would be alive. We would not call the police on somebody for $20. We put their ass in the kitchen or in the field and make them work off that damn $20 check. Carry some boxes in, mop and sweep the floor. Maybe ban them from the establishment. But to cause a man to die over $20, I don't think a lot of black people would allow a white person to die over $20. Not even the white Jesus. I don't think any of us would have sold him out for 30 shekels. But then again, they say Judas Iscariot was black. Guys, let me know what you think about this down below so far. I'm just trying to see. Okay, we're 12 minutes in. I'm not going to go past 15 minutes here, guys. It's gotta come to a point, guys, where black people and white people, you can get offended, don't get offended. I'm not here for that. That's between you and your white Jesus. Because I learned from white Jesus, he said, woe to the man who the offense come through. Woe to the man who gets offended. So when black people try to have a conversation to ignite and engage other black people in it, you can't get mad if we kind of leave you out. Because technically, you really don't know what's right for the black community. You really don't know how to raise us. All you know how to do is make jobs and opportunities for us to stay your employer. And that leads me to say, black labor does matter. Not the life, the labor that the life produce. Oh, Lord have mercy. Black labor matters, not the life. Only the labor that the life has been producing in America since the days of your forefathers, white America, who do not want to share the equality with us. If we break down the constitutional amendments from freedom of speech, y'all will sit up here and judge me because I have pink hair on. If I go to church with lipstick on, red lipstick at that, I'm the devil. Where's my freedom of speech? If I choose to express myself with color and creativity and uniqueness and peculiarness and difference, who are you to try to tell me what color hair to wear, what color lipstick to wear, what color my eyes should be, how tall I should grow, how I should feed my kids, what time to go in the house, how to do this, how to just stop it. And black people, you gotta be tired of it. You gotta be so tired of this by now, guys. I really don't know what to say to you guys, but you got to be so damn tired of this by now. Seriously. All you have to do is resist. Now, I pose to people segregation versus desegregation. Hell, when Malcolm X was alive, he said he was still waiting for some schools to be desegregated. Now, I posed this question on Facebook. Now, I ain't posed no question. I said, I bet some of y'all want segregation now. As long as the police keep their knee off your neck, you can keep your earnings and your world's wealth, and you could just break free from other races and start your own government, your own way of life, your own civilization. I bet you'd be willing to do it now. And they don't have the right to come through and kill you and mistreat you. I bet a lot of y'all want to be segregated from the devil. Excuse me. A lot of you want to be segregated from the devil. Hell, I know I do. I do. So when we talk about equal nationalism is just people of all races have a right to reign and be supreme and hold political offices and hold seats in America, not necessarily wicked seats seated in high places. No, seats of wickedness seated in high places. No, but we have a right to have our own God. We have a right to have our own Jesus. We have a right to have our own Mary, Joseph, Moses, Noah, David, Solomon, Rahab. Hell, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have our right. And white people, you have a right to have your own God. We ain't hating on you. I always told you the God you serve may not be the God for my people, because it was a boat named Jesus that brought a lot of Africans over here to be our slaves in the 1500s. Okay, so we have to really dissect and study to show ourselves approved, so you don't keep telling us lies and we keep believing it, hence being deceived, never waking up from this dream that Martin Luther King had of us being integrated in America. America does not want to be integrated, okay? Does not want to be integrated. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. I'll give it another 2.5 minutes. That's it, guys. So we don't have to have the same God. I said the white Jesus that allowed your white ancestors to put us in slavery, who the hell is he to come back and save a population of black people when he couldn't stop your ancestors from doing what they did to my ancestors? That same Jesus was around then, allegedly. Well, he sure was walking on water, bringing over Africans to be slaves back then. I mean, you have to take it for what it is. We have to wake up to the reality that y'all been cruel and inhumane to us, and still find some way to live in this world without being aggressive and abusive toward y'all, because we still don't want to end up in jail. Y'all have the power to do that. See, our power is kind of hindered right now, because if I stood up and said this, every black person should get behind me, and that should want to make white people not send me to jail because they see the resistance. See, when white people saw resistance pre-slavery, they hauled ass. The enemy come in one way and they flee 7 different ways. They taught you these protests. They taught you these rallies. They taught you these marches so they could come in, arrest you, kill you, pepper spray you, mace you, and all this other shit to further rile you up and agitate you and cause you to act inhumane like them. But they got the power to lock you up. See, I told y'all, if y'all would have sat another day or two, that crooked ass Jacob Fry, I've since learned he's a Hillary Clinton supporter and he's down with the deep state. They were going to arrest this police officer anyway, because the deep state have to clean up some of their bullshit, because there's like mad indictments coming down through Jeffrey Epstein and all these young girls and Hillary Clinton and Obama and Pizzagate and all this vaccination gate and COVID-19 gate and all these other things that's going on in the world that they've been slowly trying to kill off God's people with. So it was just like a distraction, like a psyop. Is the man dead or not dead? I really would like to know. But with the facts going on around the world, this was another distraction to get the American people by the balls, right where other races want you. How is that you keep fighting for civil rights and the ones who holding your civil rights act more uncivil than you do? How is it that you fight for civil rights, but every time they throw a bone your way, you act uncivil? How is it? How is it? How is it that equal justice is not equal in this world when you got more black people in America damn near than you do white people? How is it? Because white people don't fear you. Malcolm X said in one of his speeches, and we're going to get into it, he was like, they try to rile you up and sick a dog on you and expect you to get bit up by a dog. He said, whether it's 4-legged or 2-legged, ain't no dog gonna be biting on me and nobody I have to care for. See, we're all the stewards of God's people. And then when God raised you up to be a leader of people, you can't be letting these damn demons out here be biting on these people like dogs. And then you can't let the police brutality send out real dogs to eat our ass up. See, they did that to Jezebel. Jezebel got ate by dogs. So why are they using that same tactic on you? See, God used it on the evil woman, so they come right back and use dogs to kill you and destroy you. They always opposite of God and mocking God, and whatever God did to them in the beginning, they're still doing it to you unto this day, people. Let's get into it. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up because you don't have to have the same God. You don't have to have the same Jesus. You don't have to have the same Mary. You don't have to have the same president. You don't have to have the same pope. You don't have to have the same queen. There was multiple nations and royal priesthoods and peculiar people within our tribes and within our nations. We didn't roll as communities back then. See, communities don't get kings and queens and peculiar people. Get back to calling yourselves tribes. Get back to calling yourselves nations. Nations. Get back, even the Nation of Islam, no, it's a nation. Get back to calling yourselves the Hebrew Israelites of the Bible and some throughout the world. But even until ADOS, the American descendants of slavery, come to their realization that they are Hebrewites, the Moors come to their realization, Nation of Islam come to its realization, any kind of black Muslim movement, any kind of even Middle Eastern, somewhat Muslim movement. Because remember, they did not take us all through the door of return. Some went as far as scattered to all four corners of the earth, the Bible says. So when Tiberius and Titan went in 70 AD and ran us out, the tribe of Gad went through the Bering Strait, went through America here. Isn't there an Appalachian Trail in America? That was done by the tribe of Gad. Way before Christopher Columbus, okay? Way before Christopher Columbus. The tribe of Gad was already here, people. As far as Australia, the indigenous Indians down there, as far as Hawaii, as far as China, as far as Asia, as far as Alaska, as far as the islands of the seas and the Americas, we're here, people. And they just do a good job of making you forget who you are. So it's my job to encourage you, please, stay on point, people. Know that you have a God. If you're of the Bible and the descendants thereof, his name is I am that I am. His name is Yahweh right there in the Bible. The son name is Yeshua, if that's what you want to say. The high priest, the king of Shalom, the king of righteousness is Yeshua the Christ. Miriam was the black lady who allegedly had a baby Okay? Miriam, they changed her name to Mary. Yakub. No. Joseph is different. Yakub is Jacob. Joseph is a different Hebrew name. But Miriam was definitely Mary, baby Jesus, and Mary, the mother. Her name was Miriam. You had a black man named John Hanson, who was the first black congregational man that ever held a seat in office here in America, way before Obama even became president. So when he was becoming president, I was saying to y'all, it's about damn time we got another one. Y'all was happy just to see the first because you didn't remember what preceded us. Prior to coming to America and when we first got to America, it was still a fight, but then the oppression became so hard. Of course, with iron on your head and brass on your neck, you kind of give up the fight, people. Which brings me to an interview I heard Phil Donahue do with Farrakhan back in the 90s, and he was like, just admit you giving up the fight to integrate America. I say, hell yeah, I'll give up that fight right now too. I will fight to separate us more to bring us together. I'm not trying to bring whites and blacks back together. The white friends you have, hold on to them. I suggest you make no more, because whenever they and the police get into your presence, it's hell, it's war, everything break loose. And I tell you, people, you don't have to go to hell to see a police officer murder a man on television. You don't have to go to hell to see a pastor impregnate a teenage child. Hell, you saw that with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Didn't he have about 8 women's freaking 16, 17 years old having babies by him? You don't have to go very far to see hell on earth, people. Go to the Vatican. All those little boys being molested over there. Why? So they can renew their sick youth? God said in the book of Isaiah, he said your health will spring back speedily. You will bounce back like a spring chicken. Who the hell you need to molest to be youthful? You see how demonic these people are? But this is what you believe. You do not have to have one president that's just white over different races anywhere. You do not have to have one leadership, especially the Pope and the Vatican and all the nonsense they do over there, governing your spirituality. I wouldn't trust some of these black pastors either. You do not have to have one queen sitting over there waiting for another queen to be coronated when you got a whole bunch of black queens over here already walking in coronation. People, equal nationalism is what I propose to you right now. Please, if you're new here, subscribe to my channel, like my channel. Hit me up in the comments down below if you like this teaching, want more of these teachings, and let's go from there, guys. I just want you to know, you do not. Oh, okay. So one of the great leaders to me spiritually, Haile Selassie, of course, but Christ, of course, Yeshua, God, of course, but Bob Marley was the most spiritual man that sung about the sufferation and the perplexities of black people. That's just me. Okay. I'm big on words. All right. So he has a lot in his music. The Marcus Garveys of the world. There's a lot of people that propose a proposition for black people to be free. But some of your leaders are going to continue to lead you as sheep to the slaughterhouse to be slain, instead of away from master and the cruel and inhumane behavior and punishment that comes along with being black in America. I read a post on Facebook. I was born black, I'ma die black, but I shouldn't have to die because I'm black, or something to that effect. You guys know what I'm saying. I always say I'm black in all things, but in all things I'm not black. I'm not with the bullshit. The devil kills, steal, and destroy. So if you're black and you're out here kill, stealing, and destroying, I'm not with that shit, yo. I'm not with it. I don't give a damn what color you are. Christianity tell you, oh, there's no color with Jesus. Well, hell, ain't no color with the devil either then. So just like you got the white face of Jesus pushed around like he's everybody's savior, you can put up some black faces of the devil. Because I know some in my community. That Dr. Umar Johnson, you wicked, yo. You wicked. And I can see why black people are where we are today if you got to be the one to lead us. Wicked. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to end it here. I do have a video I would like to show you on the next upload. It's Ancestors, Spirits, and Gods. I want you to hear from people on the continent of Africa with my commentary about how the divide with Muslims and Jews are over there, and how if you would just take 1 second to realize that one God, we all may be relatives. We all may have been at the Tower of Babel when God said, okay, split, divide, get your own language, get your own tongue, get your own life. That didn't mean white people round up black people and control us. No, it didn't mean that. So if when we were all rounded up there, if everybody would just imagine, if God told you his name was Yahweh before you ran out of your land and had to start over, and as you started over, you forgot some of your original heritage, but you stayed close to it, such as the prayer, the fasting. You call it maybe Ramadan now. You may call it Yom Kippur. You may call it the Day of Atonement. Christians may call it what the hell feast? Christmas and Easter. I'm like, what the hell feast do the Christians celebrate? They're the farthest removed from their culture, let me tell you, because they're the tribe of Judah. They are the ones that were made to forget the most. That's why every other person brought from Africa still have a Hebrew dialect or African dialect mixed with French, mixed with English, mixed with other races around the world that had control over us during slavery. Not the black Americans. We get the watered down peasant English. And then they try to make it so hard and so complex and so difficult. English is one of the hardest languages to freaking learn, really. Because they tell you shit like POUNDS equals LBS, period. Bullshit. They do stuff like that. They tell you knife, KNIFE, Lord have mercy. They do stuff like this. Stuff is silent. We all know about the J, and I ain't gonna hold you too much longer. Equal nationalism, y'all. Search for your God. Search for your Christ. Search for your Mother Mary. Search for yourself as a black person. Search for your president. Search for your king. Search for your pope. You understand? Search for those Levites again over there in Haiti. That's who we need to wake up. Because once the Levites wake up and realize who they are, they have a way in that Bible of leading us and letting us be followed by God, to God, and through God. Because they are the high priest of our tribes. We can't overstep that. This is what the tribe of Dan tried to do. Take Moses and Levites in them place, and God overthrew them. They got kicked out of the 12 tribes, and then they became the Sanhedrins, Pharisees, and scribes, and went against Christ and the rest of the Israelites. And that's what happens, guys, when you try to be greedy or try to get more than what God has for you. If God wanted Christ to come through the tribe of Judah and not the tribe of Reuben, then Reuben should not be mad. If God wanted Christ to spring out of the tribe of Judah and not Asher, Asher, you can't be mad. If Christ wanted the Levites to be the high priest and not the tribe the higher priests come out of, there's no reason for you to be mad, Levi. And you know the other Naphtali and all these Gad and Benjamin and Joseph, Manasseh, Joseph then is not. There's his sons, Manasseh and Benjamin, the Jamaicans. I feel you're the tribe of Benjamin. You vowed to never cut your hair. It's some truth to it, people. A whole lot of truth to it. I just got stuck. I'm about to go. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching my video, and I appreciate it if you would subscribe, like, comment, and share down below. God bless you and have a great day. Thank you. You've been watching ReligionWinked TV. I can't, yeah. Spiritual ears, stay. Shalom, everybody. Now, if you try to dispute me and say white nationalism does not exist and is not superior in this country, then I don't know what is, guys. When you have your God, your Jesus, your Mary, your Pope, your president, and your queen, all white. Now, if you want to get this conversation popping down below, please subscribe to my channel, because I shouldn't have to talk to you if you're not subscribed to my channel, okay? So please subscribe to my channel and let's engage. Let's support one another through what is going to be America as we never knew it. We never knew America like what we're about to know America is. So with that being said, iron sharpens iron, and that's what we do all day long over here. We sharpen one another. Thank you, guys. I am out of here. Peace.